Just give y'all fair warning. Sometimes this takes a few minutes. I like to try it early. Thank you.
How do we know that? We've seen and heard.
Well, yeah, well, on the hearing. I can see him better when he logged in. I'm like seeing it start the window create.
What are we doing later? You know,
Oh, that's when he flashed back. If he's gonna put up our flag.
is Billy on?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't have it prepared. I don't have one prepared. Can we just go move the other one behind you and y'all stand up and face it?
We got everybody.
It ain't time yet.
Trent's sitting in the dark, aren't you?
I've been in the dark.
Sure. Right. What?
Speaker's right. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Tracy,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear somebody.
When last month or at the last meeting, it seemed like that.
I can't make out what
I
you're
could hear
saying.
better with
Sounds
my
like a robot.
audio off or my video off.
I can't make out what you're saying.
Okay. I'm going to turn my video off.
Yeah, you done much better that way.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, I
Huh?
can.
Okay, so I'm going to leave my video off because it did the same thing last time we met.
I'm having trouble going live, but luckily we are live on EPB, so we can do without it if necessary.
as long as we have enough minutes for a flood. I'm just trying to get it Facebook Live.
Judge, we don't have Facebook Live. I'm gonna keep attempting, but we are on EPB. If you want to go ahead and start, we are meeting the criteria the way I understand it.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. This is October the 20th, 2020, 9 a.m.
He got some kind of feedback.
Video teleconference meeting in accordance with KRS 61.823, KR 61.836, Executive Order 2020-243, Attorney General's 20-05, 2020 Senate Bill 150, and March 31st, 2020 Attorney General advisory due to the COVID-19 and the declared local state of emergency. This meeting will be called to order. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Jeff Bott.
Here.
Trent Riddle.
Here.
Carl Dickerson.
Here.
Tim Coomer.
Here.
Mark Bowman. Mark, you'll need to unmute.
Here.
Kenneth Sarton.
Here.
Billy Houchins.
Here.
Michael Hale.
Here, thank you very much. Entertain a motion to adopt the orders of the day.
So moved.
Second.
Master Bowman, second by Master Coomer. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Oh, never mind, sorry. Sorry. Let's do that again. Roll call vote, please.
Squire Riddle.
Here.
Squire Dickerson.
Yes.
Squire Coomer.
Yes.
Squire Bowman.
Yes.
Squire Sarton.
Yes.
Squire Houchins.
Yes.
Squire Bott.
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you very much. Today's invocation will be given by Magistrate Mark Bowman.
All right. Let's pray. Father and our Creator, thank you for this day of life that you blessed us. Thank you for the beauty of your creation. And Father, we thank you for all things because we know you are the giver of each and every blessing that you bless us. Father, we ask that you be with us today as we make decisions, that all will be pleasing, that we make the best decision we can for Barren. And Father, we know that we're living in uncertain times, COVID-19. We pray that you'll continue to be with us and navigate through this. And we pray for a vaccine. And Father, we're thankful for the good that the ones that have had COVID-19, that they're now better at the jail. We're thankful for that. And Father, we want to pray for our leaders of our country. Pray that they'll seek peace, they'll seek your guidance, everything that they do. Once again, Father, thank you for the blessed life, how you so richly bless. Be with us as we conduct business of the court of Barren County. Guide us, strengthen us for everything. In Christ's name.
Amen. Will you join me in the pledge? To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic
Which it stands.
one nation,
Under God.
indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining in. Also, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of September 15th and September 28th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Did not catch it.
All right, motion by Houston, second by Coomer. Is any corrections, deletions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you very much. Does any magistrates have any announcements in their respective districts that they would like to make now? Okay, hearing none, I have an announcement from the sheriff. The Barren County Sheriff's Office will begin collecting 2020 property tax bills on Monday, November the 2nd, 2020. The 2% discount is available until November 30th, 2020. This year, they are asking citizens to please mail in their payments to the Sheriff's Office. It is important that you include your yellow cards or copies of the yellow cards with your check. If you would like a receipt, you must include a self-addressed stamped envelope with your check, and receipts will be mailed back to you. If you cannot mail in your payment, there is a drop box available for your convenience. The drop box is located at the Sheriff's Office on the outside of the government building, to the right of the front door. Please have your payment inside a sealed envelope when dropping it off. If you have any other questions, feel free to call the Barren County Sheriff's Office. Okay, reports, I will start with mine. To give you an update is where we're at with the Barren County Road Department right now. At any time, Master, if you have any questions related to anything respective of your districts, you can give me a call. I know all of you have my number. Right now, our right-of-way mowers are on Bradshaw Road. We have several crews that have been out. We've actually have a ditch crew that has been in place since the first of the month. The bulk of the ditching right now is going on in District 2. We have some areas on those roads that we want to get the water off the road before bad weather sets in. So I will say we've had some folks to step up that are operators that we did not know that we had. So things are working out pretty good. My intent is to try to hire a few more folks. That way we can fill all of our snow routes. We have been fairly busy, not just with road work, but other things that we have to take care of. Also, I want to say that since the recreation park has slowed down a little bit, Maxie Murray has been helping us out also with the road department. He will continue to do that or wherever he's needed. Again, if you have any questions related to the road department, you call me, you've got my number. If there's any problems in your district, give me a call. I will go look at them. Let's see, any questions so far? Okay. I need a motion to pay or a purchase order for a truck that was repaired. Those repairs was $4,345.08. That was to our 2012 International 7300.
So
moved.
Master Riddle, second by Master Boomer. Any questions? I will add a little more about this truck. We've had it down there getting repaired. Sorry, Sherry. We've had other things to happen to this truck. Our current mechanic has been able to diagnose a lot of the problem. So it's actually saved us some money where we've been working on it in-house. So I appreciate him stepping up and doing that. Any other questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Squire Coomer,
yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, we'll go on to the, next will be the sheriff, and this is something that we consider annually. That's the sheriff's public official bond. That's what we raise. Yeah. We have a bond on the sheriff for tax collection purposes. In the past, we have talked about raising that bond or lowering that bond. The sheriff is on if you have any questions for him. And, but we need to take action on that before tax season starts.
I move that we leave the bond as is. We do not adjust it.
Okay, we have a motion to leave bond as is, second by Master Dickerson. Any questions? Roll call vote, please.
Squire Bowman?
Yeah.
Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you very much. Approve the sheriff's quietus 2019 taxes.
So moved.
Master
Second.
Coomer. Houchins, questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you very much. Approve the sheriff's quarterly financial statement ending September the 30th, 2020, and that is subject to audit.
So move.
Houchins,
Second.
Master Bowman, questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you very much. Acknowledge receipt of the sheriff's official receipt for property tax bills for 2020.
Motion.
Bott,
Second.
I didn't catch the second, I'm sorry.
Riddle.
All right, Master Riddle, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, we'll move on to the treasurer. This will be a budget amendment 1. This is an account code change, something we do need to take action on. If you have any questions, we have the treasurer right here as it relates to that code. I'll need a motion to,
So moved.
Riddle,
Second.
Box, questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, we'll move on to committee reports. Transportation Committee, Chairman Houghton.
The Transportation Committee met last week. We've got a few items here. First thing, we opened bids for the surplus items. I'm just gonna read them off. We only had 3 bidders. The 2002 Chevy dump truck sold it for $3,100. An old truck bed for $25, and an air compressor for $53 to Arthur Runyon. I'd like to make a motion on that. We accept that bid.
Okay. We have a motion?
Second.
I'm assuming that second was Jeff Botts, or we'll say Jeff Botts.
I did.
Question?
Box.
Roll call vote, please.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Sarton, Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you. Chairman?
The second thing we got is a backhoe 2006. We sold it for $10,900 to Mitchell Cruz. CRUSC looks like. And I'd like to make a
Your
motion
motion.
to accept that bid.
Second motion. Second motion, Riddle. Questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you. Next.
Got one more item, 3 field tarps sold for $201 to Tim Coomer. To make a motion and we accept that bid or not accept it.
We have a motion.
Motion.
I second that motion.
Bott, second. Questions?
Yes. After consideration, and I had no idea what those tarps cost when I bid on them. And after finding out the value of those tarps, I'm going to recommend that everybody vote no on accepting my bid. I think there should be a better venue of receiving more money out of those tarps. So I'm going to recommend that everybody vote no. Join me in voting no on accepting that bid.
I got a question on that. Are those tarps that we bought for the ball fields?
Yes.
I didn't hear.
Yeah, that's right, Carl.
What'd we get for those?
I assume about $10,000, I heard.
Okay. Thank you.
130 by 130. There's 3 of them.
Early.
In the past, if memory serves me, when we entered into agreement with one of the Babe Ruth tournaments, one of the requirements was that we had field tarps. I don't remember the language and how it all went down, but pretty sure that we had to have those field tarps. Didn't say we had to have them there on site or what kind of condition they had to be in. But I believe it's in the best interest, our best interest to clean those tarps, maybe roll them out, clean them, roll them up dry, put them away in a dry place so that we can have them for future.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, it is a recommendation, and we did accept the bid, so we still have to vote on it. So however you all want to vote is fine. And then we'll move forward with the recommendation that's been made. So roll call vote, please.
Squire Bowman,
No.
Squire Sarton,
No.
Squire Houchins,
No.
Squire Bott,
No.
Squire Riddle,
No.
Squire Dickerson,
No.
Squire Coomer,
No.
Judge Hale.
No. Okay, Chairman, be your low water bid.
The next item we got is review the bids for the Defeated Creek Water Crossing Culvert. And we went with Scott and Murphy for $49,949. To make that a motion, accept that bid.
We have a motion.
Second.
Second by Mr. Dickerson. Questions? Hearing none, roll call votes, please.
Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you very much.
I'm gonna skip on down there to the attachment for the skid steer, for the backhoe attachment. And,
Yeah.
$3,750.21. I'll make that a motion. We accept that bid.
We have a motion.
Second.
Second by Mr. Sarton. Question come up in the committee meeting the other day about the bucket and the sizes. That comes with 2 buckets. One's 12-inch, one's 18-inch. So that price does come with 2 buckets. And that is for the new skid steer that we purchased. Questions? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Sarton.
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you very much. Next.
Only item we got left is discuss suggested road list for continuation.
We can go per district if that's what you all would like to do. If not, we can, if anyone has any roads they want to talk about discontinuous, again, these were suggestions only. But if anyone would like, we can start with District 1.
Yes, I can go ahead. I presented in the committee meeting, Billy's committee. My report only had 4 roads, and after driving them and the printouts that I had on the meters and I also got a printout from a water company on fire hydrants and water main lines. And the only recommendation that I had to possibly look at the committee is Gillen Water Road doesn't have any meters. It's basically just it's just abandoned road. I think I don't know if it's means you have to go back to their farm or what, but it's basically not really maintained at all the way it looked like to me. That may be a consideration for the committee to look at. Gillen Water Road. There's no property, no house, no water meter. There is a 6-inch water line about middle way through that the water company has going under that road. Other than that, that would be the only suggestion of the 4 that I have. And committee may want to look at Gillen Water Road as not having it to maintain. And that's my report.
Okay, District 2.
I have the road. It is the Jeff Hicks Road there in Austin. We've talked about that in the past, and I think it's actually been brought before the court before my time to take that road remove that road from the county. Talked to Sherry about that a while back, and I think it was turned down, or it didn't pass for whatever the reason. But there's a short section of the Jeff Hicks Road that accesses maybe like 3 properties, and then once you go back, and I'm just guessing here, maybe 100 yards, 150 yards, we'll say 400 feet, then the remainder of that road is just to access the old Hicks farm. The road is in terrible shape. I think maybe the judge and Jeremy talked to the guys that are farming the farm and allow them to put up a gate for certain things, running cattle across the road or something like that, maybe. But the guys that are farming the land say they're getting a lot of freedom, a lot of people back there doing things they shouldn't be doing, and they would like to have the road closed. But the owner of the property, actually, the family that owns the property, I think that they still live in Germany. And I think the last time this road came up that they were very opinionated and did not want the road closed. So that's the only road that I have that is in question. There it is.
Okay, thank you. District 3.
Yes, Judge, I have a couple of roads that there's no one lives back, and there's in some of the farmers have put gates across the road. I think probably they've been asked to take them down before, and they're still up. Those are the only 2 that I would even consider. There's Youngster Road, and CCP owns the land back there. They run cattle back there. And the other one's Renault Road. Wayne Garrett's farms back there, and then Mr. Renault lives over on Line School Road, owns a farm back there. It goes to a vacant house. Those are the only ones that I would consider. And to be honest with you, except maybe for Youngster Road, I don't think any work's been done on Renault Road in the past bit. Now, Youngster, I think because I think there's been several calls made to the road department about it, but those would be the 2 that I would consider.
Okay. District 4.
Yes, I was sent a total of 15 roads. Out of those, there's a couple. One of them we're already in the process of trying to close. The Stallion Way, we run into some problems. The other one would be just a short dead end road that there's only one landowner on that pretty much keeps it blocked all the time anyway. So those 2, and then a couple of mine are actually that we actually take care of are in Metcalfe County, and I really don't know about the process of trying to get them to take it back over, but that's something I would say that we need to look into to see if they can take. I don't know if we do any if they maintain some of our roads somewhere in Barren County. Well, I take it back. There's two, one in Hart and one in Metcalf that I think we need to consider trying to look at to see if those counties will take them back over.
Okay, what are those roads, Master?
Those two are Buck Williams and Chris Wilson Road. Buck Williams in Metcalf County and Chris Wilson. Actually, you have to go into Hart County to get to this road. The tail end of it is in Barren County. I don't see any reason why we have to maintain that. But I think it's something that needs to be put in.
Okay, District 5.
I had a list of 11. I have looked at 9 of those. And 8 out of the 9 all have multiple residences or people living on those roads. So couldn't consider those. I have one, maybe I need to go back and do some more research on it. And then I need to go see the other 2.
Okay, what would be your consider road?
I'm gonna take another look at the Shiloh Church Road.
Good. All right, 6.
I got a total of 10 on my list. All 10 of them have houses on them. One of them, matter of fact, is getting a brand new house built on it. 2 roads need some attention. Bird Road and Jeffers Road and Mammoth Cave Loop needs some repair because the school bus and Bird Road needs boom mowing on it. Other than that, we need to keep them.
Okay, so no roads. Thank you. 7. Billy, you're muted. Billy, you're muted.
Captain Lane's on one I've got. And I'm gonna take another look at it because it just goes into through a driveway going into his farm and into his tenant house.
Okay.
I'll look at it.
Okay. All right. So with the what I've heard today, obviously there's a process of closing these roads. The process will be, first off, you have to involve the county attorney to make sure that we do it appropriately and by the way the law says we need to do it. As you know, you need to, the actions that we need to take. If you consider doing this, you'll have to have 2 viewers for your district to look at these roads and do the study on them. And then bring the recommendation back to you. So that I know that's part of the process, but I would encourage you to bring your county attorney, Ms. Thomas, in on the conversation so that we know that we're doing it the right way.
I'm sure we can use the same viewer for more than one road, correct?
I didn't hear his question.
Do we have to have separate viewers for each road, or?
That's whatever the county attorney advises you on.
Judge, are you good personally with all these roads we just mentioned? Are you good taking them off the county road?
One of the reasons that that this was kind of a conversation, and I'll support whatever you all want to do. Was you mentioned a road in your district, Master Dickerson, and this was a situation where the road department was out there working on it, and it just so happens while they were still out there, someone had drove a track piece of equipment down through the middle of it and broke everything that they fixed, and so we just stopped going out there because we know that it's going to be every week that we have to go out there and fix it. Because we know that they're just going to drive whatever they want to on it. And a lot of these roads, well, I don't want to say a lot of them, but they're gravel. They're gonna take more to maintain than really it's worth. It may just go back to one person. So if you look at it, in all fairness, are we just keeping someone's driveway up, or are we actually keeping the county road up?
And
So,
I understand where you're coming from, and I know what you're talking about. I just want, everybody needs to be on board, because when you start doing away with these county roads, you're gonna get a lot of pushback. And then that's fine with me. I can handle the pressure. Just as long as everybody is on board. Are
Sure.
you with me? Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
So again, for any consideration for your road, consult the county attorney, and she'll have what legally you need to do and not to do, because we want to do it right.
All right.
So thank you for looking over. I'm sorry.
I was going to address a question. The fiscal court is responsible for appointing the two viewers, and the two viewers together with the road department supervisor, with the county road engineer, and report in writing at a hearing before fiscal court what inconvenience would result from the road. So no, I don't. There's nothing prescribed by statute that would say they have to be different viewers per road. They just have to be two viewers that have no in the road.
Did you say they have to have no interest in the roads?
That's correct. No vested in the discontinuance of the road.
Okay.
And all prescribed by statute, it's 78 subsection 70.
Okay.
Do you have,
All right.
Thomas, do you have the, do you have those, that procedure, step by step in writing?
Well, it's in statute. It says, I read this to you. Notice must be published according to the provision of KS 17850. So that's with our newspaper, the same as other notices that we publish or required to publish in different circumstances. There also must be notice placed at 3 prominent locations within 1 mile of the road. Notice that it is to be discontinued. After the notices are posted, then fiscal court should appoint 2 viewers with no vested interest in the road, no vested interest in the discontinuance of the road, and them together with road county engineer would then view the road, make their findings in writing, present to the court at a hearing, and then it will be determined whether or not the road shall be.
Okay.
So
All right,
basically,
so
we need to, the magistrates need to recommend 2 viewers and list the road and recommend 2 viewers to the court. And then that's pretty much all we need to do, or is there something else we need to do?
Well, the notices in place, that step is before the appointment of the viewer.
Okay.
That's the first.
Okay.
And I'm happy to outline for you all, and I will email it to Madam Clerk Sherry, and we'll get it out to all of you all.
So, Ms. Thomas, did I hear you say that you're going to have be providing maybe a checklist for this procedure for all the magistrates?
I will. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It would probably, I've been through this before, and it would probably be good if people, if the road we're talking about, if people would talk to the neighbors and see how many of them have problems with it. You know, you take somebody like the one I mentioned, the corporation, they pay a lot of taxes, I'd say, in Barren County. Don't know, but I suspect they do. the argument's gonna be, well, why are you closing my road down? Look at the county taxes I pay. But if you have to go out there every week, you know, when do you say, well, you know, we're keeping up a road for you doing something for your farming operation? And that's basically what you're doing for somebody. So, you know, but a fellow needs to talk to them, I guess, before you go, let them know what's going on before you go putting a sign up saying, well, we're going to do away with your road. And then you don't have as much arguing and going on if you let them know in advance, if you talk to the people in advance. So that's just a suggestion I have for the rest of you guys, but I've been through this several times.
Okay, thank you.
That's all I have.
All right. Okay, thank you, Dr. Catherine. We'll move on to Administrative Budget Committee, Chairman Botts.
Yes, thank you. We had our meeting October 20th, 1 o'clock Friday. I'm the chairman, Jeff Botts, Mark Bowman is on that, Billy Houchins. We were all present up at the office in person, and with Judge and our new treasurer, Jenny. We had our first quarter report that was presented to our committee, and I want to say right off that Jenny's doing a fantastic job with her presentation and all the paperwork that she had for us to look at. It was broken down very clearly for us to understand each department, and we told the court that we, as our committee, would be looking very closely this year at the budget and try to keep tabs of what's going on. So basically the report, Judge, did the magistrates get any, the other magistrates besides our committee get any other reports that were presented Friday?
No, they did not.
Judge, I watched the
Okay.
whole meeting today. Okay. This morning, I watched your meeting on Facebook for the meeting.
Okay. All right. So one of the things that we told the elected officials and some of the department heads that our committee would be in consideration. I know the judge announced first of the year on no raises at that particular time, and I think that was the right approach at that time, but our committee decided a couple of committee meetings ago that we would just look at the possible of any kind of raises that any department heads wanted to present, and the court said that was fine for us to announce that. So we had gave that date October 15th for them to kind of come up with a number. Judge wanted us to go over the quarterly report first, and thought that was an excellent idea, so where we could see where each department was, how they were coming on the first quarter. So I told the committee wanted me, we didn't know exactly how to get in contact with each department, so I've got the list to call each department head, and we're going to set up, and our committee will be glad to hear anybody's presentation if they want to meet with our committee. So I'm going to call, I talked with the judge. He already has his staff. Of course, he's over the road department now, and then so he's going to get with us on any kind of reports he has on his staff now, since he's in the road department. And so basically, I'll be calling Tracy, the county attorney, county clerk, the sheriff, the coroner, the jailer, DTF Ron, rec department, and ask if they need to have a meeting with us, and we'll set that up separately. We're not going to try to do it all in a crash. I don't think it'll be fair to try to have everybody meet in, so we're going to do that take our time on that. So all the reports look very well on most all the line items, each one. Of course, we're still struggling with the jail. We're just going to be honest with it. We're having some, numbers don't lie, so we've got some problems there that we need to address. So we're going to, I'll be calling the jailer, and our committee wants to meet with the jailer and his, I guess, bookkeeping staff. And our committee also wants the jail committee to be present when we set this meeting up. So that's where we're at. Is there any questions? Mark, you and Billy want to add to anything that I'm saying to make sure I'm not missing anything on our meeting Friday that you all wanted me to do?
Okay. Well, you're just breaking up there a little bit, Jeff. What is
Anybody have any other questions for me?
What's the dates that you're telling
If
people?
not, then we'll move on. I'll be.
Mark's talking to you.
Jeff?
I'm going to be calling each elected. I'm going to be calling them, and we're going to determine the date when I call the elected officials.
Okay. Just let
Jeff,
us know then. Thank you.
Jeff, I've got a couple of things I wanted. I looked specifically at the jail's figures, because that seems to be the one that we're having the most trouble with. And I guess you're going to give the jailer an opportunity to get his budget right, I'm sure. But I guess the question I have, I don't know, from your all's meeting, it just seems to me that it's going to be hard for him to get his salary line item in order. And I may be wrong, and I may be speaking out of school. I'm not the jailer. But if his whole budget comes in close or under what he was budgeted, of course, he was budgeted a big deficit as well. It was budgeted, it's in his budget deficit. So if he comes in close or under his budget, if he moves his items, his line items around, he'd be able to, will he adjust his budget? If he saves $30,000 on food, will we let him increase his budget on salary $30,000? I guess that's the question, or whatever it might be. And then the other thing that I noticed in the meeting is there's a lot of talk about COVID and how the money from COVID is not applied against anybody's salaries. If the sheriff works overtime because of COVID, then the money goes back to the general fund. Now, I think the explanation was given is fine with me, but if we need to sometime down the road, if you've got a man sick, paying straight time, which is already included in his budget, I'm sure, but you got to pay somebody overtime to take his spot, and that's going to increase your payroll, whether it be sheriff, clerk, jail, or whatever. And I just, when you look at those things, if you don't mind just taking that in consideration and what adjustments you made for everybody. Are you with me?
Yes, we spoke clearly on that, Carl, me and Mark and Billy, that we want the judge and the treasurer to make sure we can what they can legally do. I don't know all the legality of how money kicks back in, but we need to make sure each department head gets their share of the pot, is basically what our committee wanted the judge and the treasurer to start looking at immediately to do. Yes.
And I saw that, and y'all doing a good job. It was an informative meeting, and I'm impressed with the way y'all handled yourselves, all of you in there, the treasurer as well.
Thank you. Any other questions for our committee? If not, Judge, we can go on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
New business, approve the payment of claims as presented.
So moved.
Bowman. Houchins, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Thornton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you. Approved transfer of funds.
So moved.
Second.
Coomer, Bowman, questions? Call vote, please.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Thornton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes. Approved budget adjustment.
Motion?
Bott,
Second.
Houchins, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Thornton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you. Approved monthly financial statement, September 2020, subject to audit.
So move.
Houchins,
Second.
second by Coomer, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Thornton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Approved official settlement, September 2020, subject to audit. The county attorney, the county clerk, and the sheriff.
So moved.
Second.
Bowman. Houchins, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Thornton,
Yes.
Squire Thornton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Personnel actions.
Motion?
Fox,
Second.
Houchins, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Squire Thornton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Approved quarterly financial statement ending September the 30th, 2020, subject to audit.
So moved.
Bowman,
Second?
second Fox, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Thornton,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you. Approve the plan of operation and maintenance and compliance statement with the Austin boat ramp lease with the Corp and engineers.
So
That's
moved.
always been in the judge.
Little,
I'll second it.
second by Houchins, questions?
Yeah, I just have a question. I think we've been over this before. Why is it we're responsible for that boat ramp? Somebody explain that.
Well,
Corps of Engineers
Yeah.
quit
in order to
maintaining.
keep,
The Corps of Engineers stopped maintaining the boat ramp several years ago, and there was agreement put into place for the Barren County Road Department, or Barren County Fiscal Court agreed to take over the maintenance of the Austin boat ramp and reopen it. I think it was, the payment for it is like $1 a year or something like that. Is that correct, Sherry?
I don't think we make any payments whatsoever other than what we agree to clean it and keep it open and signage.
Yeah. So they had closed it, and this was before my time. They had closed it, and a lot of the, it had cut off a big access, a big group, a large group access to the lake, and they came to the fiscal court, and the magistrate at that time, and then presented it to the fiscal court, and the fiscal court adopted it. And with that being said, that Austin boat ramp used to be a very attractive area. It was a place where a lot of the senior pictures was made. It was a good place to camp and to do a lot of things. And now all that's left down there is the boat ramp. And it's kind of a shame because there's so much opportunity down there, and it's an area where we can really highlight another section of our lake. And we got a lot of people down there that invested in real estate down there that have done that because of the Austin boat ramp. And not only do I feel like we need to continue to maintain it, but I would like to see us make some improvements down there, such as a courtesy dock, and maybe reopen some of the picnic shelters. And it's a tool, it's a tourism tool that we're not fully utilizing, in my opinion. Thank you.
What was the reason for them picking that particular dock? Because it's low traffic area, or it's closing it?
Well, if you talk to it was my understanding, again, this was a long time ago, it was a money thing for the federal government. They didn't have enough money. It was one of the lowest used, less used, and they didn't see it feasible for them to continue to maintain it. So they closed it.
Okay.
Similar to what they've done on the picnic area. I don't know if you guys remember, but there used to be a really nice picnic area just off 31 before you get to the Allen County Bridge. And because of cutbacks in the federal government, they have also closed that. Now that picnic area and pavilion was another area that was, to me, it was used a lot. Every time I was down there, every time I was around it, it was full. So it's the same thing. It's my understanding it was strictly a money thing. They had to make some cutbacks, and when they looked over what they needed to cut, it was off the boat ramp, and then the next was the picnic shelter on 31.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Michael Hale.
Yes, thank you. Appointments, we will roll all these into one motion. This is the Assessment Appeals Board for the county. I want to appoint Caroline Billingsley, will be taking Dakota Elmore's place. That expires November 1st. Her expire will be November 1st, 2023. Cemetery Board, Wayne Davis, I'd like to reappoint, and Martha Harrison. Those terms from October the 7th, 2020 to October the 7th, 2024. And the Nuisance Appeal Board, I'd like to reappoint all three: Frankie McCoy, Jeremy Poland, John Stevens, November the 1st, 2020 to November the 1st, 2021. I'll entertain a motion for all those.
I move that we accept these appointments.
Bowman,
Second.
Lots, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Squire Riddle,
Yes.
Squire Dickerson,
Yes.
Squire Coomer,
Yes.
Squire Bowman,
Yes.
Squire Sarton,
Yes.
Squire Houchins,
Yes.
Squire Bott,
Yes.
Judge Hale.
Yes, thank you. Economic Development Report, Squire Dickerson.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Last Friday, we had a retreat at Western's campus, and we there were three presentations. Maureen gave one of them, and TVA gave us a presentation on how economic development should work. And then we got a presentation about open meetings laws. So it was very informative, and one thing we did discuss was the development of the new industrial park. We're going to do some geotechs out there, which we're going to do some core drilling to check, make sure the rock formations. We have a master plan that did show the roads that are going to be proposed, the lot sizes for the new for new industry. So no announcements or anything, but we had a good meeting, and Maureen's still doing a great job. That's my report, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, you're up next also.
Okay. Statute, or in the statute book, 67.045 of the statute, it relates to reapportionment. And let me read a little bit of it to you. Subsection 2 says, the counties for the members of the fiscal court are nominated or elected by districts. The boundaries of those districts shall be drawn so that the districts are compact, contiguous, and the population of each district shall be as nearly equal as is reasonable possible. Then you drop down to subsection 4. The fiscal court shall initiate reapportionment proceedings in May of the first year following the decennial census of the United States. The fiscal court may at other times review the district boundaries and shall initiate reapportionment proceedings if the district boundaries are in violation of subsection 2, which I just read. To initiate section 5. To initiate a reapportionment proceeding, the fiscal court shall publish notice of the planned reapportionment in accordance with KRS Chapter 424, which is the advertising. You have to advertise it, and appoint 3 competent citizens of the county over 21 years of age and residing in different districts, and the county clerk as a non-voting member. So, guys, we have to vote to reapportion, or we got to reapportion the county in May regardless. And I think 7 mattresses are too many, but get a little feedback from you guys. My suggestion would be to get our board started, if it's legal to start before May, and have them work with the bids office and give us some options of reapportioning the districts, either 4, 5, 6, or 7 mattresses. Leave it the way it is, and I need to ask the county attorney if we can start before May. Did you hear me, County Attorney Thomas?
I did hear you, and I will have to research that and get back to you. I didn't have this issue before the meeting today, but I'll be happy to do that, and I'll report to the court. I'll send that along with the road closure information.
Regardless, we need to be just trying to decide the 3 citizens that we want to do this reapportionment. We have to consider they have to have knowledge of the county, and they have to have time to do this, because it's going to be a time-consuming effort, I'm sure. So none of us can serve, and none of us probably need to serve, but this is something that has to be done, and they can give us some options. If we want to leave it at 7, if the court decides we want to do that after they look at the enforcement plan, that's great. That's the court's choice. But if we want to reduce it, which personally I think we need to go down to at least 5, then we need to have the plans in place, whether we reduce it to 4, 5, or 6, or leave it at 7. And if we can get started, I would like to move that, or we need to get some names together, and then we'll determine who we want to do this. So, Judge, you have any ideas on people to do that?
I don't right now. I guess on our end, we'll just need to, obviously it's going to take money to advertise for things like this. I'm looking forward to see what the census data shows us. I'm not sure when we'll be receiving that, because they keep pushing that back, deadline back. So it's just something we'd have to get together and discuss.
Okay. Well, does my committee need to do that, or we need to do it in administrative, or?
Well, I guess I'll lean on the county attorney, because I don't want to get the cart before the horse.
I understand.
I don't know if that's something we need to do now, or we actually need to wait on that census data to see which way we actually need to go.
Well, I'm sure we have to wait on the data as far as getting the committee in place. I mean, people that are going to serve, it's going to take some time. I don't know whether we paid them last time or not. I suppose, did we, Sherry? Do you remember?
I believe so. I believe we're required to.
Okay. I didn't see that in the statute, but I'm sure we do. So we just need to be thinking about some people to do that. We can put those in place regardless, can we not? Or Captain's Coalition. But anyway, that's all I've got to say about that. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions as it relates to that, Master?
I'll just make a comment about that. I don't know that it really means a whole lot to me one way or the other, but I will say that with right now I don't have nearly as much responsibility as I had 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, I served on 4 committees and chaired 2 of those for my first term. And it was a lot of work to do that. And when I look at Mr. Botts and Mr. Coomer and Mark, how involved they are with the budget committee and the road department, and the load that they're carrying right now, I wonder if when you take away 2 more magistrates, you create more load for them, which, and I'm wondering, is this, are we gaining something by doing this? Are we actually just piling more hay on the wagon? And, how much more can you do, Jeff and Mark, Tim? How much more can you guys do?
Well, I'll make a comment as far if I didn't run my own business. I don't know how anybody could do this position if you don't really own a business and not sacrifice, whoever you're working for. So that would be my comment. I don't know how you do this position if you're working for somebody on an hourly or a salary, and be fair. But can we do more? I do more, but I don't know where you draw the line of what, how much you're wanting and what people are wanting us to do. But it's balanced out pretty good right now, I think. But I agree. I'll be the first one to be honest. They joke about me and Billy. We don't have a lot of roads, and Carl read that line of trying to be equal. We're not equal right now, so I don't know if we can't try to get that more equal. Me and Billy won't be joking on this bad, but this is the truth. We don't have a lot of roads, but you know, maybe in the position of administrative, we have a lot, you know, of responsibility there that I feel like that adds to not having as many roads, but something to definitely talk about.
I think you cut it to 5-0. It's gonna put a lot of pressure on those 5. I'm not against it, I mean, but of coming to meetings and stuff, committee meetings. And I just wondered about that too. Something we can talk about.
Well, guys, we've got to do the reapportionment regardless of where we reduce the numbers. So all I guess suggest that we do now, and I don't know if it needs an action taken, is for us, well, we don't need action to start looking for people that would help reapportion the county. I think last time they did the chair, did a Republican or the Democrat, and I don't know if the sheriff sat on it or not. Do you remember, Sherry? Or
I'm trying to remember. I believe we had, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we used an employee of our BITS office
that's right.
along with our board of election officers, along with the county the county clerk.
Okay.
And with the advisement of the county attorney, and they are the ones that make the report and recommendation to the court.
That's right. You're right. We had to use the BITS office a lot because he's got all the mapping. They have all the mapping.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
When does this, Carl, when does this have to be in line if you cut it to 5?
The statute says May, and I'm asking if we got the information from the on the sketches before then. It may be after then. I don't know, but it really has to be done before the next election. But statute says we need to have it done. We need to start in May, and it doesn't really have any completion date. So the county, I just asked the county attorney looking at it. She said she would.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
My comment on this would be, you know, we have to look at this and give it a lot of consideration. Because we have to do what's right for the taxpayers of Barren County. And as Trent mentioned earlier, there are a lot of responsibilities to what we're doing. I've learned a tremendous amount this year just by being involved in committees that I'm involved with. And one of them, with the administrative and the budget committee and the emergency management and economic development. Those committees help you to be plugged in and to serve your people well. But there is a definite balance to juggle the hours involved there, and then at the same time making sure that you're answering the calls and covering your district. But anyway, this is something we definitely need to look at, and we'll get more into it as more details as we go.
Well, Mark, to your and Trent's comments a minute ago, we have 7 magistrates in Barren County. I think Warren down the road has 4? And they pay them considerably more than what we're being paid. But Metcalfe County has 4 as well, I think, or they may have 5. I'm not really sure. And I know Metcalfe County doesn't pay as much as we do. So it becomes a public service thing. If you don't want to serve the public, then hey, you don't need to you don't need to run for the job. And I understand a lot of working people can't do it because of the time constraints. So it's just something that we need to look at as far as reducing the number, and it's something that we need to look at as far as compensation and things like that go as well. So I just believe 5 is a better number. Even if you have 4, then you're going to have ties and the judge breaks them. So so you guys, it's just something we need to think about. It's something we really need to address before our elections come back up in 2 years. So that's it.
I'd like to throw out.
Do I?
I'd like to throw out one more thing. If I've talked to some of the counties that have commissioners, and I think if you're going to reduce them to 5 or you're going to reduce them to 4, I mean, personally, I don't know that it makes a lot of difference to me, but I think you should also take in consideration if you're going to reduce them and you're still going to pay out about the same amount of money, then you should take in consideration, or the court, we should take in consideration of possibly becoming a commissioner's county. And those 3, and having 3 commissioners, and they would be full-time employees. So you're paying out the same amount of money, but you have full-time employees that could assist the judge, could assist the road department, could assist the Parks and Rec, sheriff, or anybody else that needed it. And they would come into work at 8 o'clock, just like everybody else, and they would be off work at 4 o'clock. We'd have to set them up an office. So that would be something that I would go along with, because I think it would be a benefit to the county. And I don't know how the judge feels about that, but I'd kind of like to hear how he would feel about a commissioner's county, because he probably knows more about how a commissioner county works than I do.
Well, I will say that what you're talking about, that'll have to be put on a ballot for the people of the county to vote for, a commission-based government. I just want to say that the work that you all put into these committees, I feel that it's paying off, because the one thing that I hear from the general public is that your magistrates are very well informed, and they're very quick to make decisions because they feel like you're very well informed and you've got all the information in front of you. And then if you don't make a decision on it, you don't have the information that you need. So I appreciate all of the work that you've done. Do we need less magistrates? Probably so. I don't know what that number is. It could be 5, it could be 6. And you take a county the size of Warren County that just have 4. They do it very well. I don't know what they pay them, but I have had conversations with them. It works out very well. The judge there, they're a big asset to the judge, so I'm quite confident they would be big assets here. Everything that we've talked about from the reapportionment to a commissioned government, it's going to take finances. It's going to take money to do. So, I just, as long as we 8 are uniformed in our decision, I'm good with it. And that we lay all the facts out on the table. We get those right people in place, as Magistrate Dickerson has proposed, to do the reapportionment to help us make a better decision. And then also just to listen to your constituents and your prospective districts as well. But I don't disagree with what any of you are saying. I don't. I just don't know what it's going to look like in the end. And I don't know if anyone knows what that's going to look like in the end. So I think we just need to be open-minded. We need to follow what the law will allow us to do, and to do it the right way. And obviously, we have to lean on our county attorney to advise us the way we need to proceed.
Carl, did you say that the only way to break up the district is by the number of constituents, the population that the KRS?
As equally as possible is what the statute says. And you got to redistrict. It's the only way you can do it. You got to redistrict.
But it's split up by population only.
Right.
Can't take in consideration anything else.
No. So you look, you've got Billy and Jeff that represent the same number of people we do, but theirs are confined to the city. So any plan that I think we would see is you go in and instead of just having the city as one magistrate, you go in and every district would take a piece of that pie. And I know there's a lot of there's a fear in the county that the county people say, well, if you get too much of the city in every district, then all you're going to have city magistrates. Well, there could be a little truth to that, but you've got to develop a plan where your city people get representation, but your county people do as well. So it's just something whoever does the redistricting has to have the knowledge to fix that up where you have an equal number of county city residents in each district, if possible, as well as have the each magisterial district have part of the city. See, I don't have any city. I have 0. They have a little bit out 90. You don't have any city. Charles don't. So it needs to be divided up. So,
Well,
so your
I
city.
think it was done like that the last time, wasn't it, Carl?
Do what, Billy?
It was done like that the last time we done this. I remember they give us 2 or 3 options.
The county would be represented. I remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, and through getting that census data, I know our population has grown since 2015, so we know we're going to have more residents. And if I'm thinking right, 4 of you all actually come into the city limits, 4 of you magistrates. So that's 4 out of that's a half the court there. So there's a lot to think about. There really is a lot of work to do.
Is there a possibility with the population increasing, is it increasing more in the city than is the county, that these 2 districts in the city could possibly get smaller or larger, depending if there's more population in the city, they could possibly get smaller, correct?
Well, possibly. If you go by the numbers of construction, most of your new homes are being built in the county. So the majority. So, but that doesn't mean there's not a lot of people moving into the city. So, but like I say, a lot to think about. Again, as a government body, we need to make those decisions. I'm prepared to make those decisions. I just want to make sure we've got all the information in front of us so we can make the best decision for our county, however that may look. So, but great discussion. I mean, that's good discussion. Okay, anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Amen.
Second. Okay, thank you all very much. You're adjourned.
All right.
Thank you all.
Have a great.
Mark, be straight down in Florida.
Hope he gets a good tan.
Now you're a pastor on you. Have a good one.